thank you all for being here. I know you guys pretty well. Nicole, we're new friends. Yeah. For those of you who don't know Nicole, she's an amazing writer, director. Enough said, friends with money. But I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you
so much.
I'm not saying you have friends with money. Sorry, those are the titles of the film.
Well, I do have friends with money.
Yeah, you do. How did you get?
Clearly.
How did you get involved with these guys for this project?
I got an email from Ben saying, who I knew a little bit. We were mutual fans of one another. And
I was jealous of her, basically, is the truth.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, we met because we had movies come out the same weekend. I think one was Daredevil, and they said it was like the worst film ever made. And I turned the page, and it was like, Nicole Holofcener is a modern-day Jane Austen. How do I get this?
Well, these are different reviews.
So
work with her ever since.
Yeah. It was very flattering. And so he emailed me, and I think you might have said a medieval movie. I'm not sure, but whatever it was, I thought it was a joke.
Like you don't write medieval movies.
I'm the go-to sword fight movie.
that is not your type of writing at all.
No, it's not.
No.
And but I was thrilled and flattered, and I met with them, and I said, I don't know how to write like this. This my lady, my lord. See,
my lordy.
Me lordy. He said, that's not really good.
You were making that word up. Yeah.
Yeah. And
luckily, we were like, neither do we. So.
Well, you heard about this book first? Is that right?
Yeah. I had the book. Someone at our company gave it to me, and I read it and sent it to Ridley Scott. And
it's got to be Ridley Scott.
Yeah, it just really felt like right in his wheelhouse. And I've been looking to do something. It's a very, very big medieval kind of something. This whole world that he could really create. And then I showed it to Ben, and we decided to write it. And the way we thought of doing it was these three different perspectives, two male perspectives and one female perspective, because it's about these two knights. This is a true story. It's the last sanctioned duel in medieval France between these two knights, one of whom claimed the other raped his wife. And they fought to the death. And so we saw it as a story of perspective. And so we needed somebody to write the female perspective, and she's our favorite writer. So we were like, well, why don't we just beg?
Let's get Jane Austen.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the best. Why not?
Turned out she was dead, so we went.
So we got
Jane Austen wasn't available.
so you guys wrote the female part.
You did the male part, yeah.
Exactly.
But did you find it challenging? Because obviously and unfortunately, a lot of male perspective has been written about, and women's perspective actually... no one's really...
Who?
Yeah, who are women?
Yeah, what?
How sad is that? But I mean, is it exciting, kind of? Because it's a challenge to find out actually what is her perspective, her story.
There wasn't that much written in the book about her. There are a few things we know about her. She spoke many languages. She was really smart. And clearly she was an incredibly brave woman to speak out the way she did then. Yeah. And so I just had to make some stuff up. With a lot of research and help to figure out, like, what exciting things did women do in 1360? It's like, well, they crocheted.
Yeah.
They got to play music.
Yeah, wow.
They were property of their husbands.
Jesus.
And had no rights or agency, so they had a blast.
Yeah. Not going to be a reality show.
No.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, understood. You guys wrote Good Will Hunting. It was 25 years ago, I want to say. You haven't written a movie since. Why?
I mean, I think the Good Will Hunting took us so long. We were like unemployed, broke guys. Like, it took us forever to write that screenplay. I think we wrote thousands and thousands of pages. We didn't really know what we were doing, and I think that kind of put us off writing again, because we never thought we'd have the time. And I think we found writing this that we actually kind of picked up structure over the last 25 years of kind of making movies, and so it went a lot faster than. And then we also made the really good decision of getting a great writer to come with us. So
yeah.
I was like, come on, boys.
Come on, boys. Yeah.
I have a photo here.
It's like, you see what I had to deal with?
This is the Good Will Hunting movie premiere. It's at the Ziegfeld, December 1997.
You wouldn't imagine that those two idiots would still be around.
What do you remember about this? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure what was going through my head there.
Yeah.
Looks a little like a Zoolander outtake, but it was kind of like very, I mean, I think that like we were just shocked that it all happened, and wouldn't have imagined getting another job. The whole thing of Good Will Hunting was really just to make, at the time, a video cassette that was like an acting reel. You know what I mean? Because we were like, well, we can't get the job to show that we can do interesting stuff. So the whole thing was have a reel and show casting directors. And so we'll write these parts for ourselves. And it was at a time when there were like these filmmakers that start like, you know, Spike Lee did Do the Right Thing, and Richard Linklater did Slacker, and Kevin Smith did Clerks. And there was this whole sort of, and Quentin did Reservoir Dogs. It was like, no, you don't have to do it at the studios. You can do it cheap, and you get a movie star, and they'll make you for $1 million. And so we wrote like a movie that's just all, you know, interiors and people talking in rooms because it was inexpensive. And they were like, write the cool monologues, and we'll get a famous guy. And, you know, it was sort of put together as, that was our ambition. So I think we were shocked that it even got released. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, we've heard about you and heard stories. Oh, you guys are old friends. You know each other a long time. But you actually do know each other a long time and are old friends. This is a photo. I think you sent it to Matt just the other day just to go, hey, remember these dudes? Here's 17-year-old Matt and Ben in a photo booth. Look at this.
Yeah.
Now listen.
Hard not to see that those guys are going to make it.
Yeah, those guys clearly have star written all over them.
That's
You know, I think it's
awesome.
the matching puka necklaces that give it away. So
That's buddies. That's BFFs right there. Come on. That's BFFs for life.
Nicole, you should write a movie with those guys.
No way.
What could possibly
No way
go
you would
wrong?
never do it. More with Nicole Holofcener, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck after the break. We're going to talk about The Last Duel.
Hey, hey.